Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to the latest edition of our entertainment show where we look at upcoming TV series and movies debuting here in Ireland and the UK this month. And delighted to be joined by the one and only Susie Abromeit to talk about her movie that's debuting here in Ireland at the moment, The Forever Purge, a horror type sort of a classic, the Purge sort of series. And Susie, you play the character Miss Hardin. Can you tell us what does that entail and what role does Miss Hardin have in the Purge?
Well, Miss Hardin is a villain. She's a bit of a crazy character, and she's a very unlikable character. And
Okay.
I feel like
Is she a bit suicidal, genocidal?
a bit of all of it. I would just say all. It's like the worst parts of humanity. So it was an interesting place to explore the worst parts of humanity. And but it was interesting because when I had auditioned, I had the what the project was called. It was called Borderline.
Okay.
And so I had no idea that I was auditioning for The Purge. I just knew that I was very angry and very upset and wanted to kill a bunch of people.
So when you get the idea of borderline, you're thinking, oh, okay, this is probably something to do with immigrants from Mexico trying to get into the United States. Maybe a
No.
horror movie based on that. But then obviously, borderline title is very different to The Purge, obviously.
Yeah, no, there was no context whatsoever. And the scene was a little bit different. So when I auditioned, because I think everything is just very hush hush. And, so I had really no idea what I was walking into, but I had just seen The Loudest Voice, and Russell Crowe just played Roger Ailes in like such an amazing way. But you don't realize what a despicable person. It's sort of like the frog slow cooking in the water. And I like channeled all my rage from watching that. And so the same casting office had just casted that same project. So I was seeing posters on the wall, and I was like, I'm gonna bring my rage. So it worked.
And I
I mean,
suppose to
it was
play,
very different. You know, my anger was very focused on something very different. But yeah, the character is she's very, I mean, it's like, when people are that, I guess, angry and live a life of genocide, I would say that there's just the deepest types of trauma and anger and rage and pain. So, underneath all that, there's always rage and pain.
I suppose to be involved in a horror movies and to play a deranged sort of character probably is out of the norm for an actress. Must be an awful lot of fun all the same though to play these sort of demonic roles that are so attuned to sort of reality and sort of normal life that you have to go into this zone that you would never even think about, dare I say, dream of.
Well, it's interesting because it's like, everyone on set, we're all friends. I knew Levin previously. And in the scene, I had to be going, like, basically going at her throat. So it was challenging. It's like, yeah, I mean, in that sense where it was like, hey, please don't take this personally. Like, we're just acting. But, in all this, so like after in between takes, like, you have to be able to go there. But then, in between takes, we're goofing and laughing and with the rest of the cast. And it was like, it's such a great group of people. And I mean, that part, the part that I love doing is making movies with friends and having like a really great time, because at the end of the day, like, you still want it to be fun, and you still want it, you want to be like helping one another and feeling supportive. And I mean, their stunt team it was all of Michael Bay's crew. And so you have these incredible stunts that are going on with the, top military experts. And so not only am I, working on this incredible film, with incredible other actors and people, but then you're working with people who are so they're such great experts at their field, at what they do with guns and stunts. And so they have this whole other life of, ex-military and going to tours to Afghanistan. So that was really cool to talk to them and kind of learn and try to, I guess, be curious and gain as much knowledge in their field as I can. So I always love growing, and I always love testing the boundaries. And, as actors, we're always exploring the light and dark of humanity to try to understand it. So, maybe we can heal it.
And Susie, in terms of the production from the time you got cast in the role as Miss Hardin in The Purge, how long were you looking? Were you looking at a sort of a 2-month sort of shoot for the film?
Yeah, I think, it was a pretty quick shoot. It wasn't, it was like a month, it was like 2 months. I want to say like a month or two. But I was there for maybe like a week. But yeah,
Shot in California, if I'm
shot
correct.
In California. We shot in the desert, and the location, just the sunsets were incredible. Yeah, and just everyone on set was just, man, I love what I do so much. So even if, you do play characters that are deeply damaged and tragic and horrible, and, it's definitely like fun to work with such amazing people, and, you get to explore things, and yeah, so.
And Susie, in terms of, we know for The Purge, in terms of the scenes and the graphics, and so all obviously in terms of wardrobe, in terms of makeup and everything like that, in terms of, was it long days for you in terms of wardrobe getting involved? Were you in there, say, 6 a.m. in the morning for, and not out again until 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, sometimes we had an early call, but then others we would be there at like 5, 6, and then it would be an all night shoot, because a lot of the scenes were during the night. So yeah, which was really fun, going into, delirium and just being like, feeling like you were drunk, dead sober, just like, it's like, I think one night we ended at like 7 in the morning. Okay. Yeah, and I was just like trying to drive back, being like, "Rrr."
And Susie, in terms of 2021 and heading into 2022, aside from The Purge and horror, have you other sort of projects in the pipeline? Maybe recurring roles in TV series, maybe movies that are currently in the works that we're going to see here on our TV screens in Ireland and the UK, or is it very much hush hush?
Yeah, no, I have a couple. I did recently work with Will Smith for King Richard, who was such a joy to work with. And he, don't work with your heroes unless it's Will Smith.
Okay.
That's what I always say. So yeah, he was absolutely incredible. But then I have another project called Love and Bloom that I just shot in Australia, which was a lot of fun. And I know I finally, I got to hold a baby Joey and a koala, and it was so awesome. And then I'm going off to Bucharest for another film.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You're traveling the world, Susie. Have you ever shot anything in Ireland or been involved in any sort of role?
I would love to so much. My roots are Irish, so I'm English, Irish, Scottish, Italian, German, Lithuanian. I've looked, but it's very English, Irish, Scottish, a lot of influences. And yeah, I've been meaning, like, Ireland has been one of the places I've been dying to go to, and it's always been on my list of places. So I've been meaning, like, that would be the dream, to do an incredible project in Ireland, for sure.
And Susie, for the last 30 seconds, I might turn it over to your character herself. You might have to get into sort of switch on mode now. Miss Hardin, she might enlighten all our audience why they should go out mass to their cinemas, why they should be able to watch online in terms of whatever they can become about to see her role and playing in the Forever Purge. And dare I say, I don't think it'd be a tearjerker anyway.
I'm gonna sit Miss Harding out just
Okay.
because she's such a volatile character and I don't know what she would say. And it would be really terrifying and scary if I let her talk. So I'm, the more rational part of me. I'm just gonna say that it is pretty terrifying and it is, on the edge of your seat. And you it is the purge flipped on its head. Complete.
The Purge
Yeah.
flipped on its head, and no doubt Susie has a prominent role to play in that. Susie Abromeit, a pleasure talking to you today. As we look in joyful anticipation, it's out on the cinema screens at the moment. Do go out en masse. Do check out the Forever Purge. Susie plays a prominent role in that, and no doubt we'll be looking forward to seeing that upcoming movie with Will Smith in the near future as well. But for the moment, Susie Abromeit, take care, and it's a sunny day, so do enjoy the weather and do enjoy the suntan. Hopefully you're getting yourself out in the backyard, and we envy that sort of picturesque sort of setting that you have in your backyard. I know that's for sure.
Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure.
Bye, Susie. Take care.
Bye. Take care.